You are looking live at Math Make Money, where every single day we give our AI robot at least $2.5 million, and we get to trade with the best trader I ever met, Nick Battista. How are you doing this morning, Nick?
Good morning, sir. I'm great. I know that you are probably doing better than I am because it looks like we've got a little bit of a crazy Ivan day with E-minis down a little bit here and the NASDAQ down a bit. I mean, this is what you've been waiting for. You got E-minis down 38, near the lower end of where they've been trading. They were about 10 or 15 handles lower. NASDAQ down about 400 here. They got down to 29,680, so about 20 handles lower. You got the Dow down 60, the Russell down 11. I got oil catching a little bit of a bid here, 84.39, up 66 cents. Volatility futures only up 15 ticks. Seems like this is another one of those just, during option expiration week, you get a little bit of extra juice to both sides of the moves here. And It feels like another one of those kind of just low volatility pullbacks. I think this is a good spot for you, Robert.
This is a great spot for me. 0 DTEs. I won 4 out of 5 accounts yesterday. The problem was the big account was down about 11 grand, but all the smaller accounts were, and I say smaller, some of them are, 400 grand.
Yeah.
So, but those were all up, and the swing on the 0 DTs, our expected move is between 56,000 plus or minus. So down 11,000 is no biggie. We're still up about $700,000 across the $1.4 million mark. But more importantly, if you bring up my screen, I am loving life this morning because finally we got that big down move I'm waiting for. I was so excited. I wanted to get up. It was down 200. My phone went off. Maria said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm going to go buy something, go get in the market, right? I'm going to go
sell some put."
I know.
It's
I'm
okay.
I'm getting money. When I sell things, I get money. So I said, "I'm going to go get in." And she said, "No, you got to wait till it goes." But first of all, if she's listening, she sounded lovely. And she said,
"Here, before we go further, I'm going to have you turn privacy mode on.
Oh,
big time account, just to have it up there."
All right. It doesn't matter. You can't.
I know. You got those super secret passwords. You're fine.
I forget what my password is. It's some crazy. When you do passwords, I like Google. Google gives these crazy ones. XQ.
Just don't lose your Google password, then you're screwed because they're all connected.
Yeah. No, they got my blood sample and everything else. It's crazy. So okay. So here we go. So Looky lemon cookie. That's a new one. Looky lemon cookie.
Ooh,
I got 3
good.
this morning. If you use tastytrade like I use, I like to name these. Shall we say Nick's Revenge?
Well, I will say one of the things you said on the break, which I told you to save it for the show, of course, classic tasty phrase to save it for the show. We used to do, when my dad and I would be sitting there before the market opened and before we were on the show, and we'd be talking and we, he'd be like, save it for the show, because it's good things to talk about. But
sure, content, baby, content.
Because you had those long options on, you actually sold these and weren't using any buying power on these positions.
Bubkus,
which is nice, because it's baked into the long options that you've already purchased. So the long options cost you like $5 grand or so, the whole lot of them, and then now you're selling premium into this move, which isn't using any additional buying power, which is added leverage. And again, you got to keep it small, so it doesn't. It's not free money, but it is a good advantage to have.
It's a great advantage to have, and this is why bet small, bet often is exactly our mantra here, as it is with any sophisticated trader, with any sophisticated person from a casino. Remember, gaming was my life, and although I did practice law and start an internet company in between those times, gaming is everything from the time I was 8 years old and my grandparents taught me how to play cards and mathematics and probability because we were a bunch of nerds. And man, I continue being a nerd, and this is what I love. I, as you know, not pray, but I ask I don't want anybody hurt, but it'd be nuts if it went down 500 points. I got my wish this morning, and it was down 200, like I said, in the middle of the night. And Maria said, no, my friend, you got a long ways to go down on this one. And she was 100% right. She was 100% right. So looky lemon cookie. You see what I got in? I got in at 754 this morning for $212. I got to tell you, Nick, I FOMO'd. right? I put in.
I know you. I knew you would.
I mean, it started going the other way.
Let's all keep this in mind. I mean, we have reversed maybe 2 days of price action. It's not like this is a dip, but we have the mechanics, and we have said, 300, 400, 500 points, we're going to put some risk on. And I think that's the more important part of this. Like when you look at the chart of the NASDAQ, and I'll pull it up just on my side here, just
for sure.
I mean, it's a little, you zoom out and you could barely see it. Like it's a little one, and it doesn't mean you go full bore. Like you don't have to go. You got a couple of them on.
Wait, what? You don't go full bore.
You had the long options already there, which allowed you some flexibility here, but it's an opportunity for sure. And especially if, you reverse this move today, you might get out of those positions, or you could get out of those positions at 10 or 15% of the max profit. I'm not saying you have to do that, but that's what sort of, you get an opportunity, and it presents those sort of positions. And I'm totally with you. I was excited for today because we were finally going to get to talk about some Ivans.
Nice. I'm just going to.
The other side of that coin is your E-mini position, the micro E-mini. And this is why I think it still makes sense for a leveraged position like this to manage at 25%. These were at like 40% yesterday, which nominally is not a lot of money on these positions, but it just goes to the fact that like these positions as a trade are very, very advantageous because they move pretty quickly in that 25-ish range. When you get to it, you have to keep in mind when an option has reached 50% of the max profit, half of the value and half of that decay is gone.
Right.
So if you look at a position and let's say it's $10 of theta decay, it's not $10 no matter what the options price is. That value decreases as the option value decreases. So if you only have $1 left to make on that position from $2, that decay is going to be slower. So when you get to a 25 or 50% profit, the next 25 to 50% is actually going to take you longer time. Meaning you start at day 0 and you're at 25% of the max profit in 10 days. It doesn't mean that 25% is going to come in the next 10 days. 25% more might take 20 days of that position. So you always have to kind of manage risk reward. Opportunity cost is another thing that hasn't come into play for you specifically, but in a smaller sized account, there's an opportunity cost to hold that position, right? Because you can't put that money into something else. So these are kind of the reasons why, I think for your strategy and why it's worked so well for you, is that you're cycling out of this capital. You're constantly, using that in more efficient ways by managing positions, and it takes off the risk. Like you lost half of your profits on the ES position overnight, despite it only reversing, 2 days of action, if not less. And that's
exactly.
That's what happens with these positions.
I'm telling you right now, let's think about this. This is supposed to be a trading show. We're going to show people that with not as much buying power.
Yeah,
it's all fun and games.
Why don't you add one?
Millions of dollars. But let's try and say, well, okay, the PDT rule changed. People are under 20 grand buying power. What would I do? Let's show you. Let's get one, Nick. Come on, man.
And I will say, I've heard rumblings that MES and the micro options may be going away. I do not
nano.
I have not looked into this too much, but the group that I was with on Friday was talking heavily about it. They kind of put it on me, and I was like, I don't know. Because I know the CME is coming out with like these nano futures, and they're actually changing all of from what I understand, they're changing the micro options to be cash settled, which they all are except for the monthlies. So what I think is going to happen, and you can kind of see this, I'll put this on the screen here. So you'll see that the E-mini options, the micro E-mini options only go out 122 days. You look at the ES options themselves, and they go out obviously much, much further. I think what is happening is because they're changing the dynamics of the product itself, much like when like a reverse split hits or a company spins off, some portion of the company into a new stock, the options become non-standard. And so what I think is happening right now is that the current E-mini micro options in both the NASDAQ and the E-minis are technically now or going to be non-standard options, which means that once these fall off the table, they'll probably release options for the new contract specs. Those contracts are going to be cash settled. And I would imagine at the end of the year, just because this goes to the last monthly expiration of the year, I'm guessing that at the end of the year, they'll have the new options available. Do not quote me on that. I do not know that for 100%. But that is my guess here. So it's an unfortunate situation, but I think they're still tradable. I have not looked here.
I think they're still tradable, and I believe that the new symbol is going to be NNQ. It's the nanos, the NNQ.
Oh yeah, well those are for the nano. But I don't think the micros are going away.
No, I don't think so either. I thought it was additive. Additive.
Yeah.
I get a speech impediment. Make fun of me. Good. Shine. Go ahead.
Yeah, it is. I know those are separate products. So like NNQ, which is going to be so microscopically CME. I don't want to bash them because maybe they'll sponsor us at one point.
Maybe not. After this show,
they have, they struggle significantly with getting a product to a retail focused trader. Like they just don't move fast enough, and they don't start with what it should be. Like it should be cash settled. It should be, 1/10 the size. Those were perfect. You don't need to go 1/10 of 1/10. That is too small. Like there's got to be a middle ground between the micros and the mini contracts. I know they'd have to name it something else, but there are so many more variations you could do with this, or make a different basket, combine the NASDAQ and the E-minis or whatever. There's 100 different ways you can go about it. I feel like they kind of miss the boat here sometimes.
Well, I don't want to miss the boat. Time check, 9:27. I would like to get one of these bad boys on before the market, because if this market goes up, we're down 406 on the Qs.
And you have one. So let's walk through this. Why don't you cancel some of the working orders you have? So you have some. Let's just walk through this just to talk about this, because you got a NASDAQ future. Okay, 224. That's 5. No, you can keep the big one. I was going to say keep the big one and get rid of the ones that are close to at the money, because let's talk 6 points in the micro area in the NASDAQ is $120.
Okay.
Not a lot, right? You might as well just get filled right now if you want it there. Let's see what happens on the open. Maybe you get a little bit of a push lower, and instead of getting filled right there, we'll put some on live and we'll do it. We'll save it for the show.
I was thinking about doing the smaller ones. I was thinking about doing a small one for the smaller one, guys.
Okay.
Right now. I mean, right now.
Yeah. Get it on. Let's do it.
Ready? Let's go. Here we go. Trading show. Let's trade.
This one, He-Man is not on the hook for this one, though.
No, he's fine.
Yeah.
So okay, we're gonna go. Okay, what do? We go out 45 to 60 days. There is no 45. We're gonna go under 60. Jackpot. We go to 12. Let's get this out of here. We're gonna go to 12 delta. There's the delta over here. You see how I got the column for delta? And we're going to go to 12 delta and 70.75. Are you okay with that number? I know you.
This is more your style. I thought we were doing the Maria style. Why not go to the 7,200? You make it a even
7,200. Look at you. What are you, Bill Gates? Holy moly, guacamole. Okay.
So, I mean, it's at 50 ticks. It's $250. All
right. What do you don't want to take it at 50? You want a little bit more cheese?
No, try 50 on the dot.
Try cheese. There you go. We're going to get a fill. Boom. There we go. All right, folks. We are in the game. Yeah. Look at that. Winner, chicken dinner. Well, let's see what we got here. No working orders. There it is. How about that? There they are. This is my get out of jail order that I put in on 8/6. This is when 50% profit. This one we might want to do a 25% profit, because it's more fun when it trades. All right, let's go. Yeah. You want to get into the bigger ones?
No, let's wait. Let's wait to the open. You got the open coming in 1 minute here. So.
Time check. We got it coming in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7. Are you ready, Freddie? Up or down? Up or down? I'm going to say it's going to go to the upside.
You think so? You think we're going to bounce?
I think it's a 50. I think you don't know, you can't know, and you'll never know.
I think you're going to get a little bit of a pullback here in the start. A
be
little
nice
bit of a freak out, and then you'll get to the good stuff.
I got to have a chart here. This thing, come on, man. You're better than that charging service. Oh, there it is. Like I said, absolutely positively to the.
Oh, we didn't get our sound.
Nope.
What happened?
Oh, okay. Hold on. That's all on me.
Well, that's okay.
I don't know if I can I retroactively? No. Oh, there's a fill on that little one.
There you go.
Did you see that? Did you hear that or no?
I did not.
All right, go to your screen because I'm gonna restate. I'm gonna redo it and
all right. Okay, so we are off to the races here. You've got E-minis down 42 here, the NASDAQ down 393. You've got the Dow down 200 and the Russell down 15 here, the NASDAQ, the weakest of the group. Oil catching a little bit of a bid here to start the session, 84.79 up a point, I should say a full dollar. You've got volatility futures up 10 cents, 18.15. It seems like a nothing move. If I had to guess, this looks like it's just kind of a routine down move here. The VIX at 1580. You've got bonds down 7 ticks, 108.03. That is the lowest we've seen. I mean, we are just off the 107 handle. There's some volatility there. You got gold down 29 and silver down 12. I'm sorry, $1.20. So a little bit of a pullback across the board here. Doesn't look amazing, but doesn't look too bad. Seems pretty status quo.
Well, we're making money on the small account already, baby. This is how we do it here. You see that sign above me? It says math makes money. It doesn't say friends make money. It doesn't say charts make money. It doesn't say tarot cards make money. It doesn't say gurus make money. What makes money is the math. It's all about the math. That's pure and simple. We got the math on here. All right, so let's put this. What do you want to do for a naming on this one? This one is going to be.
You can put it as the date, like we usually do.
All right. What is the date today?
Today is the 18th.
18th. Great.
August 18th.
And we're going to go at this one 25%. This one we're going to get out of 25%.
Cool.
We're going to be a little more aggressive. All right. So it gets this 25%. We're going to get out of this bad boy. And so, you know what? Let's do this. Let's just make it a. Where do you do this, dog? I want to close this thing, right? Close. Yeah. Close at 25%. Boom. I wish they had an automatic thing. Bam. Look at that. And two. Pa-ping, pa-boom, pa-doom, pa-doo. Look at that. Boom, ba-da, boom, ba-da, boom, ba-dee. There we go. Automatic. This is automatic. Time to go swimming and surfing. You're done.
There you go. There you go. This morning, you got a little bit of volatility in the tech space. So you got on the downside, a lot of the chip names, ARM, Marvell's, CoreWeave. Meta was down significantly. You got a bunch of the memory names like Micron and SanDisk taking it on the chin, STX, SpaceX down 5, WDC. You got AMD in there down 20.
We got trades coming on. We got trades coming on. Phil, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, that's okay.
I don't know if you can hear it or not.
I don't hear it.
No fills yet. No fills yet. How about that?
There we go.
You heard it?
Now I hear it.
Is there a way you can set it for a working order? You get a noise or no?
It usually does the doink.
A doink? The doink. We got to save the doink for other times.
Yeah, it's got the doink.
All right, that's good to know. That is good to know. All right, well,
a lot of the Mag 7, Apple up $1, taking a little bit of a bounce here. You got Amazon down $2. Meta was getting smacked. Meta is down $16 this morning. That's a huge move to the downside. It's at 550. It's reversed a big portion of its move from the lows there on earnings. That's an interesting spot. I'm sure hopefully Maria is looking at some puts there. I think that's kind of an interesting spot there. Your NASDAQ is down 460. Maybe you go in and put one of your orders in.
Oh, yes. Let's go. Let's go. We came here to trade.
Let's trade. I think you can get one more.
What? No. One? Come on here, man. We came to trade. I came to trade and chew gum, and I'm all out of gum. Is that what they say? The kids today? I forget how that goes. All right. We're going to go out. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go out 45 to 60 days. Boom. That's where we want to be. I like 12 Delta. We're already here at the 500s. This is what we're trading today. Let's go in here and sell another one. I like to go at least a little bit higher. We'll take this for 227 because I'd like to get in. Where are we in at so far? Here's what we're in at. We're in at 212. Then I FOMO'd and I went in at 212. Then 217. Thank goodness I didn't go in. I would have had those set. It would have gotten a fill, right? Because it's at.
No, you were right there. You were right there. I thought you might get a couple more points to the downside. I was hoping you get like down 500 or something like that. I mean, volatility hasn't moved here. No. The move in the bonds is big and scary. And I think if you get in a 107 handle, you might get a little bit of extra oomph to the downside. But this looks like a routine little rotation here. You got some big moves underneath the surface, and the index level, nothing's happening. And that's usually just kind of switching the books. It does not scare me today.
No, and
I'm not scared.
We got a little bit. It would be great. Look at this thing. It was just down 400, just 2 blinks of a cat's tail yesterday. I mean, in a second ago. Now 382. Doggone it. Missed out. Well, there he goes. Fear, uncertainty, doubt. Woulda, coulda, shoulda is on this shoulder. Fear, uncertainty, doubt on this shoulder. This is right in the middle. You know what you got? Robot. You know why? You know why you got a robot in the middle?
Why?
Up screen. Because, Nick, you can't spell robot without R-O-B.
That's right.
That's the game. And most importantly, go away from the trade. Don't look at the darn thing. Go get outside. I showed Nick a picture of this morning when the sun came up here on the
looked beautiful.
It was something I said, what in the world am I doing? I got to get inside and start looking at that chart. And I thought to myself, and woulda, coulda, shoulda said, maybe not. So that was good. That was a good call. Okay. So we got one now. Let's talk about what I like to do here. So we got this working order, right? We got this working order, and we're asking for 224. That's not good enough. What if we get crazy? What if we get crazy Ivan comes in here and this market starts dropping and we're outside swimming? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go 10 spot. We're going to go 10 spot more. Bam. Now, what else are we going to do?
All right, that's it. That's 5. That's perfect.
Look at you.
The first down move, Rob.
The first down move. I want to get one more. I want to get one more way out there. I'm going to get way out there. This is for Nick. We're going to do a 254. That's if it's really crazy. You know why? Because I tell you, my good friend Nick Battista, you know what he did for me? He talked me into getting, Nick owes me money, 5 longs. So these cost me nothing, honey. These are all protected. I love this. And let's see how we're doing on our little ones down here.
They're not fully protected, but they will protect you against some of the buying power which is good. And you can trade them. I mean, you don't need the buying power, but I wanted to kind of walk through just that kind of the mechanics of them and what I was doing there. But you're putting on what, $15,000 worth of extrinsic value in terms of premium, and it's costing you basically nothing.
Basically nothing. So when we put these on, let's put on it. We're just going to look at it. Just relax. Yeah. So you can see we're putting on $15,000 worth of buying power. We're going to get $5,000 credit. Remember, we're going to close them at 25%. So let's make the math easy. Let's just say it's $15,000 in buying power and it's $4,000 credit. Make the math easy. We get $1,000 if we close at 25%. They take 13.9 days. Make it conservative. Say it's 15 days, 26 times a year.
So $100 a day.
$100 a day. That's way beyond
on each contract.
How about this? How about $1,000 a month? How about $1,000 every 15 days, 26 times a year, 26 grand? Let's suppose you lose a bunch of them and you only make 15 grand, right? You only make about 58%. That's still going to be 100% rate of return. What? That's why I've been doing these things for 2,200 days.
Yep.
That's Maria talked to Tom and Tony and Nick and Mike Butler, and they talked to her about what to, gun to your head. What would the trade that she said, what would the trade be that you do? And they talked to her, and then she modified that trade and came up with the crazy Ivan, only because I had been watching the Hunt for Red October. And I said to her, that trade is crazy. And we've been doing it for 2,200 straight days. Every single day, we've been doing it for 2,200 straight days. That's a lot of days. And
a lot of days.
That's a lot of cheese. That is a lot of cheese. Paid for an apartment in New York and everything else. Yes. So it's great. It's I can't say enough good things about this trade. And in payment for all the information and advice you gave me, I just want to give you a big thank you. That's it.
Oh, thanks, Rob. I figured I had a little bit more than that, but that's okay. That's all right.
It's the thought that counts, right? That's what every cheap person like me says. It's the thought that counts.
We'll settle up later. Okay. Don't you? You're not getting away from me.
It's the thought that counts.
Yes.
That's what every cheap person says. All right, you know what? I gotta close out. Look at all these things. We got to get to.
Yeah, and you got the Nasdaq bouncing a little bit here too. E-mini's only down 37. This seems very routine.
Very routine.
Like
at least
it seems like a nothing burger.
It's a nothing burger. I got in. At least I got in 3, and
that's good. But you got ammo. You're ready to rock. The market's always going to open tomorrow.
Look at this chop. Is that just because I got my spreads weight? Oh, look, there. No, it's pretty close. Yeah. So, I mean, like you said, if you just take a look at the days, it's like, oh, well, it's nothing, right? Look at this. These are days.
See, you got people calling Nick is underpaid in the chat.
Nick is underpaid. I didn't know Nick was paid. Wait a minute. What?
How could
I sure am not getting paid.
Yeah.
I got nothing,
how could I be underpaid at 0? That means I'd be paying you for this pleasure. I don't know. I don't know if we can go that way.
All right. Now, I don't understand what they're saying here. That stat alone is worth the price of admission. Hit like and subscribe.
Hit the like and subscribe.
What stat is that? I don't know.
The 13 days, maybe?
Oh, 13.9 days. Yeah. That's rain or shine. VIX up, VIX down. And remember, people, chat. By the way, I love chat. I love chat.
Yes.
By the way, if you do crazy Ivans, just put crazy in the chat room. Put the word crazy or Ivan. Crazy or CI. CI. That stands for CI. That's put CI in the chat. If you're doing crazy Ivans or some style of them, or you're thinking about them, put crazy
or
Ivans
just like and subscribe. That would help. That would be the biggest help for us, for sure.
For sure. It's I only do 2 trades. So like this show is not complicated. Right?
You're a 2-trick pony.
I'm a 2-trick pony. Trading is fun, man. I'm telling you. If you feel like you don't have a trading system, you just stick with me. Stick with me and Nick. If you don't trust yourself, if you don't feel like you're in control, this is the place for you. We're going to show you. I'm going to show you with my own money, right?
Yes.
I'm trading millions of dollars a day, and I show it to you. And by the way, if you want to see the history, since we started this channel October 1st, go to mathmakesmoney.com, click on Phil's trades, and it will show you. Nick, it would be great if I could just have that up on my screen. What was that?
Was that a new trade?
Who knows? This Phil guy does stuff all the time without even messing with, without even telling me. What do you do?
E-mini's only down 34. You got the Nasdaq down 335. Volatility up 10 cents. I'm telling you, this is nothing. This is nothing. Back to status quo. You freak everybody out for a second.
Filled. Yeah, there it is. 942. Of course, 42. What's the next trade we got coming on with Phil? Do you know? Did you look at Phil's list this morning?
You got a couple coming on here in a couple minutes here. 47.
47. Okay. Time check. It's 42, 50. It's 43 seconds. Okay. Let's take a look. What was I going to show you? I was going to show you something cool. Oh, I know what it's
unlimited lobster rolls. That's actually what the payment should be, Rob.
We got this new picture on that you wanted. Look at that.
No, you turn me in. That looks like the guy at the gas station.
That's the picture you sent.
No, it's not.
I'm telling you. She said that's the picture he sent.
You guys take it and you morph it. Yeah, no.
No, well, send me another one. If you like this picture, right? If you like this picture, if you think this should be the picture for Math Makes Money, we're going to have a contest. If you like this picture, say yes. If you dislike this picture, say no in the chat. If you like this picture, say yes. If you dislike this picture, say no.
I don't know. That doesn't look like me.
I didn't ask you whether they like you, whether it looks like you. I asked whether or not they like it. All right. We got a lot of degenerates in here, and I'm counting on you to come through and tell me that you like it. I suspect they do. But if you get a chance and you want to see Phil's results, boom. I was looking through this the other day. I thought, well, I wonder, do they have every day in here? And someone said to me the other day, do you have every day? Like, you don't have 210 days. Yeah, we have 210 days. Wait, what? Every single day. Yeah, pick one. Boom. It shows you on that.
Can't hide. Good, bad, and the ugly.
Good, bad, and the ugly. And she said that she told me she's going to change the picture too, to that picture that you hate. If you like this picture, let me know. Can you pick the picture of this famous lobster roll? I need to see the mouth-watering food photos. I have them, Fish Wisher, and I will post them tomorrow. I do have those. If I was any good, I'd be able to post them today. But so, at any rate, you can see. But more importantly, if you want to, okay. we are going to start having a trivia contest, and the only way you can answer it is by reading the newsletter. All right, the Trading Addict newsletter. It is, wait a minute, this is yesterday. Where's today's newsletter? It's not updated. I didn't get it updated. I wonder why. Yikes. I better make sure. I know there's a newsletter came out. I saw it this morning. I saw it. And you know what? Just give me 2 seconds. So Lamb's tail.
That's okay. E-mini's down 43 now. You got the NASDAQ down 426. Might get filled on one of those little fishing hooks you got thrown out there.
I need you to update the Math Makes Money website with the Trading Addict newsletter that you sent out last night. I am talking.
Yeah, they see the chat is agree. I muted you for a second while you did that. But the chat morphed me into, kind of a 7-Eleven.
I like it. I like it. You're taller than me in there. That's good.
You're pretty tall. How tall are you?
6 foot even.
I'm 6 foot even too. So,
Yeah, but look, your hair. You got 7 top of your head.
I know. I got to keep it as long as possible. I think, the Battistas, we have long faces. So I think if I don't have hair, I'm going to look like a cone hag,
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, probably.
And
okay, so get this. This is really cool.
If you haven't read the news, Kyle. This reminds me. So I appreciate you mailing the seafood tower. I don't know if there are places here you could probably deliver one, but I will say my grandma one year when I was very, very young, she was from New York, very, living in Brooklyn. She brought live lobsters in her suitcase to when she came to visit us because she thought that we couldn't get lobster in Chicago. She was like, "You're not by the ocean. You can't get lobsters." So she brought live lobsters in the suitcase. They, of course, died on the plane. It was disgusting. This is when I was very, very young. So it just reminded me of that very funny situation. So please don't send anything in the mail that is alive.
And no lobsters were hurt during the filming of this show. If someone's worried about that. But all right, in the newsletter, I did not know this. Did you know that the spy when they wrote it? Oh, geez, Louise. Is that the one that we were just talking about? There it is. Right. Oh, it's working. It hasn't been filled yet. Yeah. Has not been filled yet. It is working.
No, you still got your crazy Ivans out there. You're okay.
Working. There it is. Working. See, it's working. So, all right. So the SPY, when it was formed, the lawyers had to have a endpoint. Did you know the SPY has an endpoint? All ETFs have to have an endpoint. So they figured out and it has to be a life in being, right? You can't just pick a date. So they picked 12 people at random. Oh gosh, John, I ruined this thing. I was going to ask you how many people.
Okay.
They picked 12 people at random. And when the last of those 12 people passes away, that's the end of SPY. Really? That's right. Yeah, 12 people. Very funny in the chat room. Somebody guessed 12 people. Can you guess what year, if you read the Trading Addict newsletter, you got it in your mailbox this morning at 7:42. I'm giving all the people that got the newsletter the advantage here. Can you guess what year? Don't Google this, Nick. I want to see your hands up. What year did the SPY start? What year did the SPY start?
I'm going to say, so it's probably in, if I had to guess, probably the early 90s, because you had OEX. OEX was what it originally was. But that was, so probably the early 90s. 91.
Early 90s. So what I'm going to do here is, if you just give me a second, I know you people, just easy.
I mean, we're not talking just like, we're talking about the ETF. Okay. Early 90s.
Early 90s. Okay. So here it is, right? Boom. This is the newsletter. If you got the newsletter this morning, this is what look at that picture of Nick. That's great. That's as good as on the website. How about that? Holy moly, guacamole. And
Got
remember,
93, 98 in there. I'm going to say early 90s.
this is free newsletter time. This will be the last. If Maria finds out I did this, we're in big trouble, right? So this is all about a naked put, and you want to see Maria talking about that. But if you come down here, these are my favorite parts right here. The 11. Did I say 12? I said 12. Even I got the answer wrong.
So what year is it? You're supposed to give us the year.
Well, can I blow this up or not? Can you guys read that or not? I can't.
No,
how do you make it?
Right click on the picture. Right click on the picture. Yeah.
How about,
you're in an email.
How about this?
There you go. There you go.
All right. Look at this. 1993. What'd you guess?
I said 91. I said early 90s.
That's good enough. That's good enough to be a winner as far as I'm concerned.
Thank you.
Yeah. So whichever comes first, right? January 22nd, 2118, or 20 years after the last surviving member of that group dies. How odd did you know that? I did not. That is really weird.
That is it.
That is really weird. This is the kind of information that you will get if you read Maria's.
That's some good trivia.
That's some good trivia. And most importantly, though, if you read that newsletter, you're going to get in trouble if you don't have. I can't figure out how to do this, how to get back to it. But the most important thing is that. Did I have it in here? Yeah, here it is. You get the earnings calendar and all that stuff. And you get, of course, the daily money and then the whatever video that we ran yesterday. But the point is that you get the trades Maria puts on, and she has hit a couple of them out of the home run. She gives them out about a week ahead of time. I think she's got something in there. You guys read it. You guys read. Just subscribe.
We got it.
Subscribe at mathmakesmoney.com and you'll get the hang of it. So, all right.
That is good stuff. All right, let's get back to the platform. What do we got here?
Let me bring
you
this.
Want to go slides?
No.
Yesterday was a tough start to the week. I mean, not ideal. Down about 11, 12,000, right?
Yeah. This is supposed to be is this my tasty trade? No.
Just keep in mind, Rob, the chat is conspiring to kind of lead you towards trouble. Destiny's in there is kind of saying that, they're gonna move you that way. Don't worry.
They're gonna move me which way?
Towards trouble.
Encourage Rob towards trouble. Oh, I'm sure. And not only that, it does not take much, right? No. As Maria often says, it's not that I don't trust you, it's just that I know you. That's what she often says. So that's exactly 100% true. All right, we're supposed to be trading here, Nick.
Yes.
So let's trade. So you know what? I was wondering if I better pull this up. So how are we doing today? Right now, it looks like we are down $221. Let's go to all of them. Let's go to all accounts.
And you got just the bots on there?
No, that's exactly right. So we got just about, okay. So we're up $460 on all of them, on all accounts. We've only put on a couple of trades.
Before you show this, would you like to have a sip of your tea?
Oh, yes. Good idea. And this is bitter. It is my bitter tea, like my bitter attorney, Simon. This is iced tea, lemon, apple cider vinegar, and a little bit of stevia. It used to be sugar when my grandma made it for me 60 years ago. I've been drinking it every single day for 60 years. And why do I show this to you? Because it reminds me of my bitter attorney, Simon, who says that I'm supposed to remind you every single day that this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. You can and will lose all of your money. Past performance is not indicative of future outcomes, and do your own due diligence. Having said that,
ooh, tasty.
Yeah, good stuff. If you like bitter, I like bitter. So bitter's better. A little bit better. A little bit better. Good, better, best. Never let it rest till the good is better and the better best. I think we've all said that every single morning when we get up, right? Good. I'll say it again so you can listen to it slowly.
Yes.
Good, better, best. Never let it rest till the good is better and the better best. Right? That's what you say.
Wonderful.
Yeah. And then like my dad said to me every day, second place is the first loser. Good luck, son.
Yes.
Thanks, Dad. Appreciate it. All right. So let's see what do we got here? We got any trades on here? What are we down? 456. You think we would get into something here. This one's about ready to get a fill. That'd be nice. These are all automatic. These are all sets. You can go swimming, go surfing, go do something else other than just watch these charts all day. Although Maria, she is a completely different trader than me. She watched, and Tyler, they watch the charts all day. Tyler's kind of a blend. Maria watches those charts all day long, and she does great. But she and Vera, she's on Vera 3.0 now, her AI agent, and she is just killing it. She was showing me.
Awesome.
Yeah, she hit all-time highs yesterday.
Woo,
so,
baby.
I know. It's and she doesn't ever tell you either. Like, you got to go in there and say, "How's it going?" Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
You don't want to, you don't want the market gods to hear you boasting.
Oh, God, no. I know. Tyler's always telling me, don't count your chickens.
Yeah, you don't count the chickens. You don't boast. It's another day in the office.
Right.
Do your job, and you take what happens, and you move on.
Exactly. All right, so we're down 485. It hits down 500. Whoa! There's another one. Free money.
Okay, there you go.
Free money.
Not free money.
Free money. So notice that we're getting a nice blend here now. We got 4 of these in the house now. So it keeps moving down. We opened the first 2 of them were at 212. Excuse me. The first, what are we marking at? So our trade price is 216, and that's a blend because here they are. Here's what we put on. I don't want working orders, dude. I want the fills. Well, it's because it's ignorant. It doesn't give me the ones that I want. Okay. Yeah. So here are the fills. It's just because it's not the U6. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So it's the Z6 is what I'm selling right now. So, okay. So we got to fill at 224. We got to fill this morning at 217, and then I got one at 212. But before I did one at 212 at 754, and as I mentioned, about 30 minutes later, I FOMO'd in. I started my workout, ended my workout. Yes, a 20-minute workout. It was
okay.
Short. It was short. I did take a 30-minute steam, if that counts. So then we got in at 217, and then during the show we got in at just now we got in at 224.50. So that's nice. Yeah. And on the minis, on the little ones, what you call these the minis? What do you call these? You call these the minis? When you call
so those are the micros. The E-minis, the NASDAQ and I'm sorry, is the NASDAQ in a mini? I don't think it is. Yes, it is. So the E-minis and the NASDAQ are 1/5 the size of what they used to be.
I did not know that.
So essentially split. So think about that. Like, I think maybe in the 2000s, early 2000s, that might be another one of your trivia questions, but they call them E-minis because they are the minis of the original.
Well, I wondered about that. Like, I never called them the E-minis because I thought, well, that was wrong. That can't be right because they're the biggest ones you can trade.
Yes.
So,
because the originals would be, 5 times the size. So you're talking about 2,500 shares of SPY on the E-minis, which is a ton.
I did not know that. Okay. Yeah. So we are in. Do you want to put one more of these out there just to hang out there to see if we get a good one?
Sure. Put it in way, way above.
Right. Let's see what we got here. We want to put in, why is this not working? The 818, that's today, right? All right. So yes. We're just going to say close position and just go back the other way. Doink. There we go. All right. So we want to put this in. Let's go crazy. What do you want to put this in at 55, 58?
Sure.
58. So it's got to move. It's not going to move 100, but we'll just put it in. You want to put, how about 57?
Oh, you're putting on the micros.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So how about 57?
Sure.
It's never going to go there. Let's get something that's realistic.
Don't say things like that. You be careful.
It never goes that much. 54.
Yeah, never. Can't possibly do that.
Can't possibly. Notice we're doing $1,200 in buying power. We're going to get $271. We're going to close that for 25% profit. Okay. So we're going to close that for around $70 profit. But $70 times 26 times is a lot compared to that. Yeah. And even if you only got, $70 times 10, that would be $700 return on a $1,200 investment. I would love that in the course of a year.
Yeah.
Right. So just because you don't have a lot of buying power doesn't mean you can't get in this game and participate with exactly the same thing that we're doing. It's the same math. It's commissions and fees are a little bit different, slippage and whatnot, but don't get paralyzed by the spreads. As Nick will explain to you as I put this on, these are used by the same market makers. So you are going to get the same fills. Is that right, Nick?
Yes. Yes. I mean, they will trade around the same price as the E-mini futures.
That's exactly right. So
For
that's great.
For as long as they stay open. Again, I don't know the mechanics of this, but for now they're tradable and they're fine.
Yeah, I don't know why it's. You think
I don't know why they would
more,
get rid of them. But
I don't either. Why wouldn't they put out more information on that? So I don't get it.
And if I get more info, I will certainly keep you in the know.
All right, we're about ready to go off air. When we do, I do want to just show my my trades, right? Just show where we are in the SPX right now.
Sure.
I think it's 10 o'clock. So
yep.
So here's where we are. Here's where the positions are. These are the ones that Phil put in. We're just putting on one lots right now. He's going to really start. These are just for the show. So, yeah. And by the way, do not copy these trades. These are not trades that Phil picked. I've just put these on for the show. All right. So let's be perfectly clear. If you're going to copy what we do, whatever you do, don't copy. I mean, you can.
Yeah. These are just small little, I mean, listen, the probabilities are what they are.
Yeah, we've won doing these.
Yeah,
but we haven't had a statistically significant number of them because we just started doing these live on the show, and it was more fun when we do these. The ones in the afternoon, you'll see, everything that we're doing, and in the afternoon, you'll see this chart. Like this is updating in real time, so we're up $620, 615. So it's not like we're not winning, but like I say, hold on to your hats because when we get into later days, you'll see this thing up, up or down $56,000. And it will swing $10,000 in a minute. So
1982 was the S&P futures.
Pardon me?
And then the E-minis were in 1997.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what have you been? You've been searching that, huh?
No, I got my peeps, man.
Oh, they got. Good for them.
Dillingham in the chat. He's got my back.
I'm telling you, mathmakesmoney.com. Sign up for the newsletter if you want to trade like Nick and I do. We do have a team that we call the Math Makes Money team. If you want to join the Math Makes Money team, just get on the wait list. We are going to start opening up tomorrow. We're going to start taking new team members. There is a wait list. Nick and I will do a 15-minute Zoom with each applicant. About, I think, 53% of the people that applied last time got in. No hedge funds, please.
Yes.
So
very good.
Anything else, Nick? I think if not, we will see you at 3:15. Today is Tuesday. No Maria. She will be on tomorrow. Monday, Wednesday, Friday for Maria.
We will see you at the end of the day today, 3:15. Peace.
Say goodbye, Maria.
Goodbye, Maria.
Bye, Maria.